6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Hassan Gilani. First, the headlines. Prime Minister has announced a massive relief package of 50 billion rupees for domestic electricity consumers using up to 200 units per month. Planning Minister has declared social media as an essential tool in promoting citizens' engagement, transparency, and participation in political processes. Security forces have killed 2 terrorists in North Waziristan district today. 57th death anniversary of Madre Millat Mohtarma Fatima Jinnah is being observed today. All Parties Hurriyat Conference has reaffirmed Kashmiris' unyielding spirit in their quest for freedom despite India's brutal occupation. In World Championship of Legends 2024, Pakistan will face South Africa in Birmingham tonight. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has announced a massive relief package of 50 billion rupees for domestic electricity consumers using up to 200 units per month. He was addressing a ceremony on energy sector reforms in Islamabad this afternoon. The Prime Minister said 25 million domestic consumers, which make up to 94% of the total domestic consumers, will benefit from this package for 3 months of July, August and September. He said under the package, cost of per unit electricity will be 4 to 7 rupees per unit. He said consumers of K Electric will also be eligible for this subsidy. The Prime Minister said these 50 billion rupees will be spent from Development Fund. He said the decision has been taken to provide relief to common man in the wake of increase in prices of electricity. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has urged the United Nations Refugee Agency to play its role in resolving Afghan refugees' problems. Talking to UN High Commissioner for Refugees, Filippo Grandi in Islamabad, he stressed that international community must recognize burden being shouldered by Pakistan while hosting such large refugee population and demonstrate collective responsibility. He sought UNHCR's support in mobilizing adequate resources to supplement Pakistan's efforts in this regard. Prime Minister reaffirmed Pakistan's commitment to address protection and safety needs of people in vulnerable situations. He urged international community to be mindful of socio-economic challenges and security threats being faced by Pakistan. The UN High Commissioner assured to continue to work closely with Pakistan to fulfill basic needs of Afghan refugees. A British delegation led by Sir Michael Barber called on Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif in Islamabad today. Speaking on the occasion, the Prime Minister said Pakistan and the United Kingdom enjoy historic bilateral relations. He said Pakistan attaches high value to its relations with the United Kingdom. Shehbaz Sharif said the United Kingdom is an important partner and extending cooperation to Pakistan in various sectors. He expressed the resolve to further strengthen people-to-people contacts between the two countries. The Prime Minister apprised the delegation of government steps for economic revival. Sir Michael Barber appreciated government's economic recovery plan. He expressed the confidence that Pakistan will certainly be successful in overcoming its difficulties under the leadership of Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif. He said the United Kingdom will extend full cooperation to Pakistan in every sector. He termed Pakistan's progress as UK's progress. This is Radio Pakistan. Minister for Planning, Development and Special Initiatives S.N. Iqbal has declared social media as an essential tool in promoting citizens' engagement, transparency and participation in political processes. Addressing an event titled Digital Democracy in Action, Enhancing Engagement Through Social Media, organized by the United Nations Development Programme in Islamabad today, he said social media platforms provide spaces for dialogue, share concerns and contribute to national and political discourse. The minister said social media has proven to be a powerful tool for mobilizing communities and advocating for social change. The government has decided to establish Small Medium Enterprise Fund with an amount of 5 billion rupees. A decision to this effect was taken at a meeting of the National Coordination Committee on Small and Medium Enterprises Development chaired by Minister for Industries and Production Rana Tanveer Hussain in Islamabad today. It was decided to harmonize and uniform taxes at the federal and provincial levels for the SMEs. The meeting decided to provide credit facility to small and medium enterprises for starting businesses. Prime Minister's coordinator on climate change, Rumina Khurshid Alam, has emphasized robust waste management strategies to safeguard the delicate ecosystem of Deosai National Park. She was talking to Honorary Ambassador for Wildlife, Sardar Jamal Khan Laghari, who called on her in Islamabad today. Rumina Khurshid Alam said solid waste generation from visitors and inadequate resources for proper park management are major issues affecting the Deosai Park. She said a well-planned waste management system would protect the park's biodiversity, promote sustainable tourism, and support the local community. 2 terrorists were killed in an exchange of fire with the security forces in North Waziristan district today. However, during the intense exchange of fire, leading his troops from the front, Captain Muhammad Osama bin Arshad, having fought gallantly, made the ultimate sacrifice and embraced Shahadat. Security forces are determined to eliminate the menace of terrorism from the country, and such sacrifices of brave soldiers further strengthen the nation's resolve. Indian troops have launched extensive cordon and search operations across several districts of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir. Civilians are being harassed, interrogated, and pressured to become informers and provide information about the Mujahideen during these operations. Meanwhile, All Parties Hurriyat Conference spokesman Advocate Abdul Rashid Minhas, in a statement issued in Srinagar, reaffirmed Kashmiri's unyielding spirit in their quest for freedom despite India's brutal occupation. The APRC spokesman urged international human rights bodies to press India for release of all Kashmiri political prisoners held in IIOJK and Indian jails. A report by Indian news website The Wire has highlighted the dire conditions faced by Kashmiri political prisoners in New Delhi's Tihar jail. Amid soaring temperatures reaching up to 52 centigrade this summer, these prisoners, including women and those with medical conditions, are deprived of basic necessities. 50 Palestinians were martyred and 130 injured in unabated Israeli strikes and bombardment across besieged Gaza during the last 24 hours. The martyrdom toll of Palestinians in continued Israeli aggression in Gaza since October last year has reached over 38,000, with 88,033 injured. The independent human rights experts say recent deaths of more Palestinian children due to hunger and malnutrition leaves no doubt that famine has spread across the entire Gaza Strip. In a statement issued from Geneva, they said the death of a child from malnutrition and dehydration indicates that health and social structures have been attacked and are critically weakened. The experts called upon the international community to prioritize the delivery of aid and establish a ceasefire. In the World Championship of Legends 2024, Pakistan will face South Africa in Birmingham today. The match will start at 9 tonight. And finally, the weather. Hot and humid weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, rain with wind and thunder shower is expected at isolated places in Potoha region, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, southeastern and lower Sindh, northeastern and southern Balochistan, Gilgit-Baltistan and Kashmir. And now the headlines once again. Prime Minister has announced massive relief package of 50 billion rupees for domestic electricity consumers using up to 200 units per month. Security forces have killed 2 terrorists in North Waziristan district today. All Parties Hurriyat Conference has reaffirmed Kashmiri's unyielding spirit in their quest for freedom despite India's brutal occupation. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.